Hey guys, today we're going to finish our story, Old Ben. Remember, our main character had found an old black snake, and he brought him to his house and put him in his corn bin, and his whole family has accepted him except for the hogs and the horses. So we're going to find out what happens at the end of this story. I can't wait. This chapter is called Old Ben Disappears. August passed and September came. Old Ben spent the days in the corn bin or in the barn. He still went with Shan to bring the cows home. Unless he was sleeping in the corn bin or hiding under the hay, someone was playing with him all the time. The days were still very warm, but the nights were getting colder. It was almost time for the first frost. Sometimes now old Ben seemed very sleepy. Shan knew that before long he would be looking for a place to spend the winter. Cool weather chilled the blood in a snake and made him sleepy. It was nature's warning to him that October frosts and November rains and snow were coming. On the last day of September, when Shan poured milk into Old Ben's pan, Old Ben was nowhere to be seen. He must be in the hayloft, Shan said to himself. Wherever he is, he'll be back for his milk. But when Shan stopped at the corn bin in the afternoon, the milk was still in the pan. I wonder where he is, Shan said aloud. It's a good picture of him pouring milk into his pan. The next day, Old Ben still had not returned. I'll save that picture for you to see. Shan's mother poured the old milk from his pan and refilled it with fresh. The 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th days passed, and Old Ben had not returned. Boy, I'm wondering where he is. He's been gone a long time, Mother. Something may have happened to him. Maybe he's found a place to sleep for the winter, Shan said. He can do without milk for a few days. Well, it's getting late in the year, his father said, but I think the days are still too warm. I think we'll find him full of mice and asleep up there in the hay. If he doesn't come back tomorrow, we'll throw the hay down from the barn loft and hunt for him. The next morning, Shan hurried out to the corn bin. Old Ben's pan of milk was there, and beside it was his empty burlap sack. Old Ben had not come home. Old Ben's not here, Shan told his father. Then after the work is done this morning, we'll fork all the hay down from the loft, his father said. So after they milked, separated the cream, and fed the hogs, Shan and his father went up into the barn loft. They each took a pitchfork and began to fork the hay down into the large stalls of old Fred and old Kate. Look closely for Old Ben, Shan, his father said. You might stick him with the pitchfork. Oh, I'm being careful, Shan said. Boy, that's a lot of work. You know they are missing him. When they had thrown most of the hay down, they had empty space in the loft. Now they began to fork hay over onto the clear floor. The work went faster, and soon all the hay had been turned. Well, he isn't here, Shan said. I haven't seen a mouse, his father said. He's cleaned them all out of the hay just like he cleaned them out of the corn. Do you suppose, Father, he's gone somewhere to hunt for more mice? I'm puzzled about Old Ben now, his father replied. I just don't know what to think. They had worked until noon. Now they'd went into the house to eat lunch. Did you find any sign of Old Ben? Shan's mother asked. No, we didn't, Shan said. I just can't believe he would leave us, his mother said. Shan and I will have to fork the hay into the loft again, said his father. Maybe you can help us hunt after you finish the dishes. And Mother, if Ward comes, send him out. Ward knows a lot about Old Ben. We'll all be out there helping you look for Old Ben, his mother said. He must be around the barn someplace. I hope they find him. I'm a little worried. All right, this is the last chapter. It's called What Happened to Old Ben. For the next hour, Shan and his father worked to replace the hay up in the loft, and Shan spread it around. Shan's mother joined them and was looking in the mangers of each horse stall. When Ward arrived, he began searching for tracks around the corn bin and the barn. At last, Shan and his father put their pitchforks away and walked down the steps and out the barn door. Old Ben is not here, Shan's mother said. There isn't a place we haven't searched. Just then, Ward came from behind the barn. I think I found old Ben's tracks, he said. Old Ben wouldn't have gone down the back side of the barn, Shan said. It's old, but it looks like tracks, Ward said. Well, it won't hurt to see what Ward has found, Shan's father said as he walked around the barn. The others followed. They're checking it out closely. I wonder if it is old Ben or maybe a different snake. It's a snake track, all right, Mick said. There it goes over the soft garden ground. Silently, they all began to follow the single mark old Ben had left. It curved in and out, and it went in the direction of the hog lot. In the distance, the hogs were squealing and grunting. A terrible fear seized Shan. He must have come out the wrong side of the barn, his father said. I don't know how he got so confused. Suddenly, the trail stopped at the grass line. Maybe he wasn't confused. Maybe he was going to sleep for the winter. Maybe he just turned off right here, Shan said. Maybe, his father said, but don't count on it. He could have crossed the grass to the pen. I think it's too late to find anything, but I'll look. As he moved across the grass, everybody stood and watched. Shan felt his mother put her arm around his shoulder, and he tried not to listen to the noise from the hog lot. When his father returned, he said quietly, Well, I can't be sure. You know, old Ben is the best pet I ever had, said Shan. I should never have taken him away from the clover field. I brought him right where he had enemies. Now, black snakes have enemies in their own world, too. His father seemed to be talking to himself, and then he turned and spoke to Shan. If he's gone, son, remember, old Ben lived a long time, and he had a real good life with us. I still think he's gone off to find a place to sleep for the winter, Ward said. You know, Ward may be right, Shan's mother said. And if he's gone to sleep, he may be back in the spring. Shan brushed his hand over his face. I'm going to keep hunting here for tracks. Come on, Ward. All right, boys, Shan's father said. Just don't count on finding old Ben. Nature didn't mean for wild things to live with people. We were lucky to have old Ben stay with us as long as he did. I know, Father, Shan said, but I think I'll see old Ben again. Anyway, if we hunt around the nest Ward found, we may find little black snakes. Maybe Ward and I will find 2 of old Ben's children. And they are all looking so sad in that picture. But the end seemed very hopeful for Shan. I wonder what you think happened to old Ben. Hope the hogs didn't get him. Could it be that those were old Ben's babies? Was old Ben a girl? I don't know. Or did old Ben go back to his home to find a warm place to sleep for the winter? Because it's October and he's probably ready to hibernate. So I'd love to see a writing from you or a picture, and you can send it to us through Messenger. You can post it on Facebook for us or put it in your NTI packet if you want to so we can see it. I did want to share about the author a little bit. Remember, he was a Kentucky author, and he taught right around where we live in eastern Kentucky, and he's also taught all the way over in Egypt. And he says when he's written 8 children's books, and we know that we read The Beatness Boy this year, and we read A Penny's Worth of Character. And it said when he was talking to the artist or the illustrator, he said, please tell the artist to make the snake gentle looking. I don't want to scare anyone. He was a real snake, and everything I said was true. So that makes me wonder if Jesse Stuart is Shan in this story. I don't know. Don't forget, give us a little drawing or you can write about old Ben. We'd love to see it. Hope you guys enjoyed the book. Love you and miss you lots. Mwah.